What's good, everybody? It's your host, Phoenix. You are now tuned in to the Ripple Radio. Now, let me please introduce my very first guest, the dope, the talented MC. Give it up for Internal Rhyme, y'all. What's good, Internal? What's up?
What's good, John? How you doing? Thank you for having me tonight.
Yo, thank you for coming, man. For real, I'm hyped. I'm hyped.
I'm hyped too.
I know we've been a little scattered, but we're about to now it's time we can just chill, kick it, and vibe out.
Absolutely.
That's what we came here for, man. Alright, so let's start this off. Again, for those of you just tuning in, I'm here right now with Internal Rhyme, the dope MC. Well, I guess I kind of answered a little bit of that, but anyways, Internal Rhyme. So who are you, and tell everyone where you're from.
Alright, so my name is Internal Rhyme. My real name is Jeremy, but I come from this town called Cheltenham, Pennsylvania. It's this suburb that borders the top of North Philadelphia. I've been at Rutgers for like 4 years. I'm a senior. I'm about to graduate in May. And I don't know. I don't have much interesting going on in my life besides that and hip hop, but that's it.
Word. That's what's up. So what do you do? I know you. So you rap and whatnot. So
yeah.
Tell us about that.
So I've been rapping for quite a minute at this point.
How long you been rapping for?
Technically, I started writing raps when I was like 11 years old.
Okay.
So I guess like this is like my 10-year anniversary.
Yo, that's what's up. 10 years. That's a long time. They always say that it takes 10 years to master a craft and whatnot. So
yeah, and I mean I don't know if it's mastered yet.
I know what you mean, but 10 years still. You've been spitting for a minute.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've been rapping since I was like 10, and basically like I started recording like myself in my own room, maybe when I was like 13. From there, like
young Internal.
Yeah, right. I mean, back then actually.
I was gonna say, who were you back then?
Yeah, back then I wasn't Internal Rhyme. I used to go by J Gold.
J Gold.
My name is Jeremy Goldsmith, but
okay, I feel that.
Yeah. So back when I was J Gold, 13 years old, recording in my room. I still have some of the recordings. I should have brought them with me.
I was gonna say we're gonna play them there. We'll save that for another day.
Yeah, we'll save that for the next time. But
that's in the vault right now.
Yeah, for real. But
we got that exclusive here on Ripple Radio. Coming soon.
Coming soon. But yeah, basically so I just did that through middle school, whatnot. When I got into high school, I was like really into spoken word. I used to do the Philly Youth Poetry Movement.
Okay.
Yeah, for a while I didn't even consider myself a rapper anymore. Like I exclusively was just a poet. And then I don't know, something like the transition between like high school and coming to Rutgers, like I just got really back into rapping, and then and then I picked up Internal Rhyme and I just kept making more music.
That's what's up. So you said you were more of a spoken word artist before you started rapping. Was that the same thing when you were a young J Gold?
Nah. J Gold was like exclusively rap. In fact, like I used to write diss tracks. Like I was like all about it.
Who you dissing at 11 years old?
Yo, I swear one time. Oh my God, I used to be on SoundClick.com. That's where I put all my music. Yeah. And one time, like
TBT.
Yeah, like one time I put this like song that I thought was like pretty deep as an 11-year-old, or no, I was like 13 by this time, and this dude who I never heard of from Canada comments on it and says all this crazy stuff. He like calls me whack. He's calling me like all these types of
man.
For real. Like he's calling me all these types of slurs that I can't even say on this show. Like and I'm sitting there like, dude, why are you dissing a 13-year-old? Like
what you got against me? I'm out
here. Yeah, right. But yeah, so that was kind of me as like J Gold in my early teenage years. But yeah, like I said, at the end of high school, it was like exclusively poetry. I kind of made a whole transition. I guess like I felt like I was maturing and whatever. And then by the time I started college, I realized that like there's nothing immature about hip hop. So I got really back into that.
Word. Well, that's what's good. So tell me, how did you come up with the Internal Rhyme? Is there like a story behind that, or are you just
Yeah. When So yeah, basically the reason I realized that J Gold wasn't gonna work anymore is because like this kid that I used to do spoken word with came up to me one day and he was like, "Yo, dude, like your rhymes are so hot, like you're really good, but like the one thing that's holding you back is that your name is J Gold." Yeah, like he was really blunt about it, and I asked him like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Just like." He was like, "Dude, everybody's J something, Jay Z, J Cole, like Jay Dilla, like." And he's like, you gotta get a name that like catches people more. So yeah, I thought about it, and like my freshman year at Rutgers, I still didn't really know what I was going by yet. But then I remember one night I was sitting chilling with like my ex girlfriend, and like we were just going through like I don't know, just like jotting down all these different name ideas, and I don't really know how Internal Rhyme came, but I think I was the one that said it, and then I was like, yeah, that feels really good.
Word. That's what's up. Well, I dig the name, so.
Thank you.
But so let's go. Let's speak more about your music. If you had to describe your music to someone, what would you say, or what would you want them to know about your music?
So one thing I would want people to know is that like I don't. As long as I've been making my own music, I still don't really have a full label for it because I think it really changes a lot.
Word.
And like any new music that I've been working on lately, like I really noticed that a lot of songs sound like they're in a completely different genre of hip hop. Like sometimes I feel like I'm a boom bap rapper, and then sometimes like I just love going over like trap beats and doing like really fast flows and stuff like that. So like the only way I could describe it is that like the style switches a lot, but the content is usually, I don't know. I mean, sometimes conscious and sometimes like just more focused on like how I can display like lyrical skill, I guess.
Word, that's what's up. And I've seen you perform a couple times, and I've definitely heard your music. And that's something I've definitely noticed about you. You always keep it fresh. You know what I'm saying?
Word,
it's like you can be on a trap beat spitting that conscious, or what I mean. What was that? What was that you did at Mayhem like last week? What was it? The Ronald Reagan?
Yeah, I was gonna say the Ronald Reagan, John.
Yeah. I mean, like I know we can't play that here. Well, we'll play it next time. I'll like bleep those out or whatever. But I'd be like walking around. I'm like, yo, F Ronald Reagan.
That's some
your hooks, man. Your hooks.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's some unreleased that we'll actually maybe we can play that next time. Yeah, I got this diss track towards Ronald Reagan and the tuck basically, but yeah.
It's hot.
Thank you.
But yeah, definitely. Something I personally appreciate about artists are people who can find that balance. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like there's artists out there today who like not to I'm not dissing them or nothing. I respect everyone as an artist. You know what I mean? But me personally, I like someone who can switch it up. You know what I'm saying? They can do those trap beats. I don't like to be confined in a box, right? You know what I mean? I like artists who are just really, really them, and that's something I definitely see in your work. So you really do what you want. You do you.
Yeah. Thank you. That's something I feel. No, I totally agree with you. I feel like I learned that from other artists too. Is that like a lot of times like people don't like being confined to a box either, and like a lot of times with some of my favorite artists like. They go in different directions that like honestly like a lot of times I don't like the direction that they go in, but like I feel like you just kind of always have to respect it because you just have to understand that like people want to experiment with new things, and sometimes it sounds better to some people than others, but no reason to be confined.
No, totally. And another thing is with that, I feel as though having the ability to be versatile with that, you know what I mean, that sends your message out to more people, you know what I'm saying? It's like, let's say, I don't know, you can one day be doing like a soul type beat, next day doing like a EDM type beat, you know what I'm saying? Those are two different crowds that, that are coming together for essentially one sound, which would be, like the artist, what it comes down to. And but that's...
Yeah, 100%, y'all agree.
Alright, that's dope. So, you mentioned something about your favorite artists or whatever. I wanted to know, so who are some of your top influences and, why?
So, I mean, I listen to a lot of hip-hop, so everybody I listen to is an influence in some way.
Word. Absorb everything.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say that, like, definitely, so the first album I ever listened to was like the Slim Shady LP, which actually like I just found out that today is like the 17th anniversary of the Slim Shady LP.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy 17th birthday to the Slim Shady LP.
Yeah, that album, ooh, still such a classic. But yeah, so that was like the album, you know, like I never had any relation to hip hop as a kid. Like, you know, I'm like, I don't know, I come from like a Jewish family from like, I mean, like a fairly urban neighborhood, but like, not, you know, nothing too crazy. Like, but yeah, and then like somehow, like it was like my babysitter's daughter was like listening to that album, and for some reason I loved it so much, and that's really like what got me into hip hop. And then from there, you know, I started listening to like a lot more Eminem, just because that was the first artist I knew.
Yeah, shout out to your babysitter.
Yeah, yo, for real. Shout out.
Putting you on.
Shout out to Debbie and her daughter Kelly, because they're the ones that put me on. If it were not for them, I may not be sitting here.
Where would you be right now?
Yeah, right.
That's what's up. It's funny how things like that happen.
Yeah, for real. I might be a doctor otherwise. Like, I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So then, from there, like I kind of started listening to like like anybody that Eminem was affiliated with, like Dr. Dre's old albums, or even like G Unit and whatever. And then like basically like when I got into like middle school, I got really into 90s hip hop, like you know, like the legends, of course,
golden
like
age,
yeah, the golden age. Like I love Nas. I still love Nas so much.
Word.
Yeah.
He's definitely one of my top as well.
Absolutely, yeah. And then along with that, you know, not even to sound cheesy, because like they really are the greats, but like Biggie and Tupac both, like yeah, like I love them so much, and both for such different reasons. They have such different music, and I know like by like 8th grade I picked up like Tupac's poetry book, and that really like changed my perception.
You talking about Rose That Grew From Concrete?
Yeah,
yo, I have that hanging up.
So
like,
good.
In my room. That's like I breezed through that like in a day, and what I loved is that in the book. By the way, anyone out there who hasn't read A Rose That Grew From Concrete, get it today.
Yes,
because that's like, if you're a Tupac fan, that's a must-have, because that's like a whole nother side to Tupac.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And what's really dope is how they had, what was it, like the scan of his actual writings. I'm like looking like the way he would write I, he would draw an I. Like, I was like, yo.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like it's almost like when Tupac wrote his stuff, it was like hieroglyphics. Like he wrote it in his own language.
Yo, that's wild. You said hieroglyphics. Like that really.
For real.
Yeah, that just clicked in my head. Yo, real talk.
Yeah, and that book, oh man, that book like really influenced my teenage years for sure.
Word.
Yeah.
He was like dedicating it to everyone too. I'm like, yo imagine if Tupac wrote like dedicated to like I'd be so like my life's complete.
That's wild, man. Yeah, that's really a classic. And like and then like with other 90s rappers, like this one took me a little longer, but like I definitely had my phase with Big L. Like like Big L taught me how to like just punch out clever punchlines, like just stuff that will make the whole, you know, like make the whole audience like just stop for a second, make you run the line back. Like
that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, his stuff is crazy. His radio, like every freestyle he did, like so insane, and his tracks too were like super clever. And then yeah, like basically, and now like I still have respect for the 90s artists, and like I do listen to a lot of current hip hop too. Like I would say my biggest current influence is like this dude Elzhi from Detroit. He used to be in Slum Village, and like now he just does his own solo work, but it's really incredible. He had this album where he called Illmatic, where he completely redid Illmatic, and I would never trust anybody to redo that album because it was perfect to start, but like Elzhi is the only one who like somehow made it even better. Like not to say that it tops Illmatic, but like the lyrical content on Illmatic is just insane.
Yeah, no, totally. And yeah, it's actually funny because you sent me the track, which we're gonna take a break in a little bit and play some outside for you guys out there. But it was funny. So the track you sent me, I like looked up the YouTube video, and yo, I swear I was dying because you look like him. Like,
What?
I mean, like, I don't know if it's the glasses or something. I'm like, yo, like, Eternal Rhyme is a white version of
Yo, for
Elsa.
real. Yo, that's a
I honestly,
compliment,
I
though.
kind of want to pull up a picture because I had your Instagram and I had the YouTube video. Anyone out there,
Yo.
look up the video. It ain't hard to tell by Elsa, and tell me that does not look like Eternal Rhyme.
Yeah.
Like, that, like, for real though. That had me cracking up. I was like, yo.
No, you're gonna have me looking in the mirror all night now. But shoot, I'm complimented. That's a god MC of our current generation.
Word. Rhyme.
It's
What's
lit.
good? It's lit. Word. So we were just playing one of Internal's favorite art. You said that was your favorite artist?
Yeah, probably my favorite artist right now.
Word. So that was It Ain't Hard to Tell by Elzai, and then
Oh yeah, and then we had to transition into the Nas track naturally, because since the Ain't Hard to Tell was like originally from Illmatic and whatever, I felt like we may as well just like actually play a Nas track, and like One Love is still like probably might be my favorite track.
Yo,
honestly.
One Love,
Word.
though, and that's real.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
alright, so I kind of want to know about your creative process. So tell me what that's like. If that's too vague, but
No, I mean like a lot lately. I've been taking a long time to write songs, honestly.
Word.
I'm not really the type of dude who just writes a song in a night. I think I'm capable of doing it, but I don't think it's gonna be up to par with what I could write over like a
word,
week.
I feel you put work in.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of my creative process, honestly, is like just, I always have my headphones in when I'm walking around, whatever. Usually, like whatever beat I'm working on, like I'm not exaggerating. I probably listen to it like at least like 20, 30 times a day, like maybe 20 times a day. I'll say like.
Yeah.
And just anytime I'm walking to class, walking to work, catching the Rutgers bus, like whatever. I just have the beat playing, and like usually like every time the beat plays through, like I'm lucky if I get one line. But the reason I do that is because like I really feel like the more I listen to it, like the more the song comes
You let it
together.
marinate.
Yeah, exactly. And then otherwise, like with the creative process, like I love. That's like my solo work, but obviously like sometimes I try to work with other people too.
Word.
And that can be a little different. Sometimes with that, I kind of have to write a song or write a verse on the spot if
Yeah.
we're both working on it. But a lot of times I'll meet up, like kick it with some other artists, like do whatever, hit the bar or whatever if we want to, like, get into whatever. But then,
Get some juices flowing.
yeah, more or less, But then, then we sit down and we usually have our beat picked, and same thing, like we let the beat play like 20 times in a row, and we just both break off and kind of do our own thing, maybe write a verse, like then we come back together, we see what we got from there, like we put a hook together, or maybe we already came up with the hook to start, and then we kind of just like piece the song together. And like I love working with other people, honestly. It's for anybody listening that makes music, like always feel free to hit me up.
Yo, hit him up for the collabs.
Yeah, for
Where
real.
the collabs at?
Any collab, any listeners trying to do, you can always hit me at internalrhymemusic@gmail.com. I'm always looking to do some new work. But yeah, that's just basically like, I think that's more or less the summary of the creative process.
Word. When do you typically find yourself, I guess, like in the best state? I know that that could be vague itself because inspiration hits whenever, but like, is there a certain, I guess what I'm saying, do you have a certain routine? You know what I'm saying, something that like usually.
Word. Like usually, well, sometimes it's during the day when I'm just walking around, but other times, like if I sit down and I want to make music, I try to be alone. I can't really be with other people.
Get in your zone.
Right, I get in my zone, like, do what I gotta do, like, as far as, like, any...
Not just do it.
Yeah, as far as any intake, but, like,
Right.
yeah, I just, like, sit and I don't really use a pen and pad anymore, honestly, as
Yeah.
much as... I think it's much more authentic to do it that way, but honestly, like, just when you write on your phone and whatever, like, it's just, like, you take it with you all the time,
And it's like faster. I feel like you can the way how sometimes the way you think is just so fast. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's like something that's I feel like if writing, like sometimes you can't catch up with yourself.
Nah, yeah, yo, that's the perfect way to describe it. Honestly, 100%. Yeah, and that's why I like, cause also sometimes like I'll just be on the bus and like not even listening to music, and like I'll just think of this really dope
Right.
line in my head like that fits with what I've been
Yeah, I was
writing.
gonna say, how many notes you got on your phone?
Yo, I'm about to look for you right now. Honestly,
we should have a contest to see like which artist has like man, you know what I mean, like the most notes or something like that.
All right, so keep in mind, I only got this phone in like December, I think. Currently, what am I working with here? I got like, I got 117 notes.
Okay.
Not all lyrics, not all
Yeah, I
lyrics.
know, like
but-
sometimes it's just an idea or whatever,
Yeah.
but still, like, what's dope about I guess like the technology, it's like you can always keep it, you know what I mean, keep it going.
Right.
In a sense, it's like you can just keep writing things down and
Yeah, and I even have this one note on my phone that just says like lyrics to use at a later time. Like sometimes I just, you know, like
it's
I
a good
think
way to organize, like keep track of things.
right, and
Keep
like
track of thoughts.
right. Sometimes you just think of a really cool pun, or like you just think of something that rhymes really well, and you realize that like, all right, I'm trying to use that at a later date, but it might not fit with what I'm currently writing.
Yeah. Word, I feel you. And that way later on you just kind of piece it together, go back and say, oh, word. Like,
Yeah.
It's kind of something I've noticed with the whole notes. You're creating pieces to a puzzle. You know what I'm saying? And then
100%, yeah.
when you sit down and work on like a project, suddenly like things just start connecting and everything connects, man. But I got another question for you. So what about writer's block? What do you do? Because that's like, I feel like artists, you know what I mean, all the time, you know what I mean, faced with that. It's like, what do you do to unblock, or do you not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really hard. Like,
Be like that.
you know, yeah, like it depends on the circumstance. Because sometimes you gotta just fight through it. Like, let's
Right.
say, let's say,
Bulldoze through that one.
right, like, yeah, let's say, I'm working with someone else, and so we're both writing a verse on the spot, and I don't really feel it coming. Yeah, you kind of, like you said, you kind of just gotta bulldoze through it. Like, I just, like, I kind of say to myself, like, all right, like, just write whatever, even if it's whack, like, you'll come back and you'll fix it later. But, yeah, and then, like, if I'm writing by myself and I get writer's block, I'll try to push a little bit. I'll try to work through it. But if it's really not there, then I'm usually just confident enough that I know it always comes back, and like I know that when it does come back, like it'll be worth it because I'll have something.
Right.
So.
What are you doing like the in between time? It's like I know some people, I don't know, some people might take a shower or go for a walk, you know.
Yeah.
Just really whatever.
Nah, no, yeah, like I don't really have like a specific way to like clear my head. Like I just, or at least like probably a way that I should say on here, but like I just like
What are you about to say?
like sometimes you just like you gotta like treat yourself a little bit. I'll say
Word,
that,
word.
indulge a little bit, but like and sometimes that really does get my thoughts flowing. But if not, like honestly, the only thing I can do besides that is just listen to really dope music. Like
Word. That's what's up. So we're about to play one of your songs. What is it? Little Things.
yeah, I
Little
think that's
Things.
the one I want to play.
So I kind of want to, before we get into Little Things, tell me some more like about I guess like the story behind Little Things and stuff like that. Or
Yeah,
how it came
yeah.
about.
So Little Things came about. It's me and my man Saint Stephen, and it's produced by our boy Andrew Miore. Shout out to both of them, great artists, really holding it down. But yeah, basically, I used to work with Steve and Saint Stephen, and he came up to me at work one day, and he was like, and we've worked together before, but never really on anything major. And he's like, yo, I got this crazy hook, bro, and I really want you to rap on it. And he sang it to me, and I loved it. It's super catchy. And eventually we went to, my boy Andrew Miore has his own studio. We went to the studio. We sang it. He sang it for Andrew, and he was like, "Yo, Andrew, not only do I want Jeremy to rap on this, I want you to make the beat for it." So like we just sat there with Andrew. We took like maybe an hour. Andrew put together a beat. We all worked on it together.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So I feel like you can kind of almost hear it when when everyone was in the room and made it
Mm.
together. You know what I'm saying? There's a different vibe or energy about it, because
Yeah.
when three minds and, you know, I mean, three like visions come together, it's something different. You know?
Oh yeah, every time, yeah, for real. And that's why, you know, Little Things honestly is like, you know, in my opinion, one of the best songs I ever put out.
Yeah,
And
I really like. I love Little Things.
Thank you.
It's a great song. You know, from everything I was listening to before, and just, you know, the production behind it, and then like the hook comes in. I was like, woo, woo,
Yeah.
like, and
Yeah,
then you come
thank
in,
you.
and, you know, I mean, that's dope. So that's cool knowing that you guys all like worked on it together and stuff. So
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's really, it's gotten a lot of love, and I appreciate everyone who listens to it for real.
so tell me, I know you dropped the video for it, right?
I did, yeah.
So how was that?
That was dope. That was fun. A lot of people came out. You know, like it was kind of starring like me and Steve and like my ex-girlfriend who, unfortunately, I'm not with anymore. But like it's all good. Like we're on good terms. All that. Like you know, she's still like cool with me like blasting the video. I hope at least. I think it's cool. But
Still bumping it or not?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe not. But yeah, no. So basically, like it was dope. So she, you know, she was a really big part of it. She helped out a lot, and my like all of our friends from back home like just came out for the day. Like we literally.
Yo, that's love.
Yeah, it was literally like a day party. Like it was dope. Like people, you know, like brought drinks if they wanted. They brought frisbees. Like we were out in the park. Like and we were just filming all day. It was so fun.
Word. That's what's up. So we're gonna get into Little Things in just a quick second. I did want to ask one more thing. You know, being that you're a student and you know you're a senior, right?
Yeah,
You're graduating this year.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you.
I'm over here. I'm about to run a victory lap real quick.
Yo, it's cool. You in the yo. Honestly, shout out to all my homies running the victory lap because everyone's doing it.
It's just like a half-mile victory lap. You know, just one semester, so it's all good, man. I'm not sweating, whatever. But congratulations. But I do want to know. So, being that you're an artist and a student, you know, I know it gets hard because school, like we're full-time students. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
like
no doubt.
I didn't realize what I signed up for like until I was actually here. You know what I mean?
For real.
That's all time, like full time. So my question is, how exactly do you balance, you know, doing music? Like, have you been doing shows while you're at school, like all that? Because it's a lot to do, you know. It's like you got what you want to do, and then it's like you got school too, which obviously what you want to do too. But you know what I'm saying? How do you
Right.
balance the two?
It's really difficult. I still am figuring it out every day, even though I'm about to graduate. And like,
Word.
yeah, and honestly, you know, some days, like it really stinks that it has to be this way. But some days every day I wake up, I'm a rapper, right? But some days I wake up and I just tell myself like, all right, yo, like today you gotta be a student. Like today,
Word.
you know, you can write your raps on the bus and whatever, but
Yo,
like,
real talk.
yeah, and it's really depressing, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I love, you know, I study social work, and I think it's a great subject, you know, and if I, you know, like, until, like, rap is really paying all the bills, I am planning to be a social worker, and I think I will love it, but, you know, it's hard when, like, because you know when you love something, and you know when you were, like, meant for something.
Mhm.
So sometimes it's hard to put music on the back burner, but I think that's the only way I can really balance it is just take some days and just like really focus on my schoolwork and catch up.
Well, hey man, you're almost out, so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what's up. I'm jealous.
You'll be half a mile later. You'll
right,
be there.
right. You know, it's all good. I do what I can. But all right. That being said, we're gonna get into Little Things right now because it's a dope song that y'all need to hear. And is this an exclusive? Well, radio wise, maybe.
Yeah, this is actually radio.
I just want to get a
premiere.
first for something. You know how we do. Shout out to the Mayhem fam.
Yo,
Verbal Mayhem.
Woo! I wish we had. We could talk a whole hour about Verbal Mayhem, but shout out to all the Verbal Mayhem fam, for real.
Yes. So this is a first.
Yeah.
On Ripple Radio 88.7, we're gonna get into Little Things by Internal Rhyme. Alright, so that was just Little Things by Internal Rhyme. And who else you said was on that?
My boy Saint Steven on the hook, and of course none other than Andrew Miore on the production.
Word. that was dope. Seriously, kudos to all of you. Honestly, that was a really dope collab. But so I want to know when did Little Things drop? Was that?
That was September. Actually.
September. Oh
Yeah.
wow. So okay, so that was a while ago. I don't know. I felt like it was like sooner, but word, that's what's up. So what have you been working in between, or what are you working on now?
Yeah, so I'm working on this new project. It's actually just about finished now. It's called, I guess this is the first time I'm dropping the name on the radio too,
Okay.
but it's called Gaining Perspective.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay, gaining perspective.
Yeah, thank you. Because, yeah, that's kind of the point in my life I feel like I'm at right now. It's just like I'm learning a lot about everything, and I'm opening my perspective to a lot of different sides of everything.
Dope.
Yeah, so basically, like, I've been working on that. You know, I've been recording with, like, my boy Andrew a lot. I was recording down at, like, the Sound Gallery for a little bit, which is this dope studio in Philly. And yeah, so, you know, Little Things is definitely going to be on there. So it's kind of funny that, like, the first single technically dropped, like, you know, like, over 6 months ago, or not, like, almost 6 months ago. But it's all good because, you know, like, honestly, I've been taking my time with this project because I
Right.
really want it to be worth it. And I really, right now, think that people are really gonna vibe with it.
That's what's up. That's what's good. So, when's that dropping, or when do you plan?
So we don't have the official date yet, but since it's pretty much wrapped up,
You're
I'll
trying
tell
to
you.
get those exclusive.
Yeah, nah, so I can't give
shots like that.
I can't give you a date, but what I can tell you is that definitely at one point within the next 2 months is gonna drop, and there will be an announcement about it coming up pretty soon.
Word, and I can also say that we'll definitely have you back here before that, because I want to hear that, man.
Hey, definitely, I would love to be back. Thank you.
Word. So about this project, like, I guess I want to like know a little bit more. Well, what you can tell, you know what I'm saying? I guess like how many tracks, like any features and stuff like that.
Right, so the features are actually what I'm working on getting right now. Basically, the way I went about recording is I just recorded all of my solo stuff, and there were two tracks that I knew I wanted features on, but I just recorded my part first, and I'm working on getting those features back yet. I don't want to say those names yet because they're not definite, but obviously my man Andrew Miore will be heavily involved in the project. He's been helping, you know, he's like, you know, my main engineer right now, and like, he's really helped me out, and I'm definitely, you know, we don't have him singing a hook on the project yet, but that's kind of one of the reasons the project's not done, because my man's got quite a voice.
Who, Andrew?
Yeah, he's he's a producer and he's a singer. He's really dope. Anybody who hasn't heard of him, definitely check him out, Andrew Miore.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so you know, basically, like, I'm kind of waiting for some features to get back to me right now. And besides that, I've just been working with a lot of producers. Like, shout out to my man Guike, who we know from Verbal Mayhem, of course. Guike has been helping me with the project a lot. Definitely, like, I have this one track from Digital Crates, who's like this really dope producer in Philly. And then like a couple other dudes, like my man, he just changed his name. Like, my man Romello, I kind of like, your name's like Suicide something now. Like, this man just changed his producer name on me. I don't even know, but his beats are hot. Somebody's.
Word.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna wrap it up. But before we go, we wanna. What are we gonna play? What we got to play?
Oh yeah, if it's cool with y'all, I just want to play one track off the new project. It's definitely, this is like the world. I mean, I performed it once or twice, but besides that, this is the world premiere of this track. It's called Don't Cry. This is the track that was done, produced by my boy Digital Craze. So shout out to him.
All right, y'all, you heard it here first. That's Don't Cry by Internal Rhyme. Word. Well, unfortunately, we gotta wrap it up, but you know, before you leave, I'm gonna have to ask you to spit a little something. Is that cool with you? Is that cool with you?
Of course. What else I come here
right.
for, right?
All right, sounds good. All right, so let's get a beat popping right now, and go off on them, y'all. And turn around, y'all.
Alright. Hey, hey. Shout out the Far Side. Hey, hey. Like, the crew very lit on that new era-ish, and they got a brother looking a bit too arrogant. I caught up competition far as who's weariest, then I let the down times got me through merriment. Are you set to make it? You tryna head a nation? I'm tryna lead up by exemplifying dedication. I got the heart of God, but I got the head of Satan. And if you wanna hate, then I could keep the medic waiting. And I know you getting jealous, guess it sucks to suck. You was such and such. You need to toughen up. Used to play me, now they looking out like what the rappers running like they trying to catch a Rutgers bus. I get much in love, lovely is just respect. Honesty's also my policy of interest. You dig it? Anybody can kick it, and anybody can get it if they wanna F with it. Yeah. About to go into another verse. Hold up, yeah. I gotta scroll through my phone like, hold up, yeah. Never roll up. Hey, we got gold bars, that's a Willy Wonka-ish. We kinda live serving the herb I like condiments, and am I convinced? Made the greatest of monuments just from living on the Spurs like Gregory Popovich. I'm always repping the city of Wilton Donovan, where we all learn to work hard from Allen Iverson. Cause we ain't talking about the game, we talking about the present for the record. Now y'all lanes will merge a lane into the wreckage. It's hectic. Your fam could turn treacherous any second, but I learned to suck it up like venomous antiseptic. Damn, this for my kinfolk, wait, this for my dinfolk who really get the venom, just appreciate the kid flow. I'm not Mac Miller, had to say that ish. No shade to him, man, I'm just on a different wave, that's it. I paid that, yeah. You can smell the loving in the air, cause I be puffing on these O's but never touch a single square, my God.
Woo! That was Internal Rhyme, y'all. Here on Ripple Radio on WRSU 88.7. Anyways, we gotta wrap it up, but I just want to say, yo, thank you so much for coming.
Yo, thank you so much for having me, Jonesy, for real.
Man, no, seriously, this was dope, and this is just the beginning, man. We're gonna kick it again. We're gonna get into some things here.
No doubt. Is it cool if I give a couple shout outs?
Yeah, of course. Shout out your Instagram. Yeah. Like, tell them everything.
Absolutely. So shout out everyone listening right now, of course. Shout out all my listening. My boy BJ, my boy Mike. I know been texting me the whole time. Shout out my roommate Frank, whatever. Shout out Verbal Mayhem. Shout out everybody who's been holding me down for real. And if you want to keep up with me, you can follow me on Twitter at internal_rhyme. You can follow me on Instagram at internal rhyme. Keep up with me on Facebook. I got a Facebook page, and yeah, besides that, just talk to me, hit me up, let me know if you want a link or whatever.